So before we compress, we want to make sure of a couple things that we're doing as a large team, as a group. Number one is that we are compact, that the spaces between ourselves and our teammates are small, which makes it difficult for the opponents to play through us. And then we also want to be central. We want to occupy central spaces and block off the most direct routes to goal, and also be able to access and press players in those areas. So compact and central, and we want to constantly communicate about those two things so that we know when we're ready to press as a team. While we press, we want to make sure we're moving at similar rates of speed so that we don't leave gaps between us. And we want to set a trap. We want to force play to a certain area where we have numbers up and have the best chance to win the ball back. In order to set that trap, as individuals, we all have to know our role, who we're screening passes, who we're blocking passes to, and then who we're ready to press on the other team. We're going to look at some examples from USA versus England during the France World Cup in 2019. It's posted on YouTube. The entire game is posted on YouTube by FIFA TV, so you can check that out. But we're going to look at some examples here and have some questions go along with it. So the USA is using a system of play with a goalkeeper, 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 forwards, which would be called a 4-3-3. This diagram shows that same system of play, but using traditional position numbers. So that means each position has a number assigned to it that is not necessarily the same as a jersey number.
The reigning champions, the United States. Steph Houghton with the forward ball. Daly onto it. Here's Bronze. Houghton in field to Millie Bright. Here's Kira Walsh.
Rewinding a bit and then pausing. What shape do you see that is different than the 4-3-3?
Here's Bronze.
Which players make the back 4? Which player is the next one by themselves? Which player make the next 4?
By her coach as
which
the
players up
best
front
player
by
in the
themselves?
world. Daly. The reigning champions, the United States. Steph Houghton with the forward ball. Her coach as the best player in the world. Daly. In the previous 39. Here's Walsh. Bright. Here's Kira Walsh. This is Mead. Well, there we go. Every single... Lucy Bronze firing it away to Beth Mead. Mead now, being chased by O'Hara. Mead can...
So you can see that the USA changes shape a little bit whenever they are defending and pressing from the front. So instead of a 4-3-3 with the wingers high and wide, they tuck in alongside the center mids, and then behind that we have, basically from the back to the front, we have the goalkeeper moving up, the back 4 consisting of the 2 and 3, 4 and 5 positions, and then in front of that is the 6, the holding mid. In front of that, the 7 and 11 tuck in beside the 8 and 10 as another group of 4, and then in front of that is the 9, the striker, the center forward. So that compact shape allows them to cut off things through the center of the field. So if the opponent tries to play through, they've made the spaces really tight and usually win the ball. If the opponent tries to go around, there are certain pressing triggers that they're using and traps they're creating. And then if they try and play over, they're dropping as a unit, staying compact and able to deal with those threats for the most part. There are a couple more questions for you to answer here as we wrap up.
England fans, it's a superb goal. And it's a superb goal.